But, I just started praying, and I was like, Lord, whatever you have for me to share, I want it to be something that is going to touch their hearts. Because, believe it or not, you're sitting here not because someone invited you, but because God wanted you to be here. And I'm so happy that you all are here, especially my friends. Shout out to my friends. I love you guys. I'm so happy you guys are here. And for my cousins, too. They're everywhere. All right, when you think of God, what comes to your head? Many people have different opinions of God, depending on how your life was or how you grew up. That's how your perception of God is. A lot of times, when I was younger, I used to think, okay, God, yeah, okay, whatever, I don't care. But when you come to meet God and you get to know Him, you find out different things. You find out that God is a loving God, that God has great things for you. A lot of times we don't know that. A lot of times, we hear different things. Oh, God is this. God, if you do this, God is going to send you to hell. And no, that's not the God I know. The God I know is a loving God, a forgiving God. A God that is there for you when you least expect that. When you think that there's no one there, God is there. That's the God I know. The God I know picked me up when I was down. The God I know, when I was lonely, when I felt like no one loved me, the God I know was there for me. And He showed me His love. He showed me His joy. Okay, what I want you guys to see. I want you guys to leave from here with a new perception of who God is. That God has plans for you if you didn't know. God has a new purpose God has a purpose for your life. He wants to show you things that you never thought that were possible. Because the God I know, with Him, everything is possible. You see these kids right here, some of you might have been like, yo, these people are crazy. Look at them jumping up and down. You know what? But I'd rather them be jumping up here for God instead of outside selling drugs, outside, doing who knows what. You know what I'm saying? This right here, that's real right there. You see those kids jumping up and down, that's because they felt the presence of God. And if they can, you can feel it too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Sometimes I talk a little ghetto, because so if you hear me say yo a lot, don't mind me. A lot of times, like before, I used to see people jumping up and down. To me, that's a beautiful thing. When I saw them jumping up and down, I was like, Lord, praise your name, Lord, because that's amazing. Like, to see kids, if you meet some of these kids, if you would have known them before, you would have been like, and that girl's jumping up and down? Where's Argelis? Where's she at? Right here. Girl, that girl, I'm sorry, I'm going to use examples of people that I know, but Argelis, that girl before, tú le hablabas, Argelis, what? With an attitude, forget about it. And you see her jumping, praising God, that's something that only God does. Your heart, God doesn't look at the outside. He looks at your heart, what's in here, the things that no one sees. That's what God sees. When you're home alone, thank you, Brenda. When you're home alone, when no one is seeing you, that's when God sees you. In your deepest, darkest moment, God is seeing that. And I want to share with you a verse, which is a verse that impacted my life about a month, I'm not sure, 2 months ago, right? I was going through a phase in my life where I was like, forget church, forget everybody, and some people know this. I was like, you know what, screw this. Literally, that's how I was thinking. I was like, you know what? Forget God, yo. I was just like, yo, I'm through with this. And people were calling me. I wasn't picking up phone calls. I was just doing whatever I wanted to do because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And nobody could tell me nothing. But you know what? My friend, he's not here, but he texted me this. He told me, read this verse. When I read this verse, I started crying because God started revealing things to me. God started speaking to me. Look, I'm going to read it to you guys. In Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you. If you seek me with all your heart, you will find me." And for me, that was deep because I was like, what was my problem? That because I wasn't getting things my way, then I was like, there's no point in me serving God. There's no point in me coming to church if I'm not getting things my way. And you know what? When we come to God, it doesn't work like that. You know why? Because God knows what's best for us. God knows what we need in our life. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard to change. It's hard. It's hard to let go of things. But you know what? If God is asking you something, it's because he knows he has something better for you. If God is telling you, I need you to let go of this, I need you to change this, it's because God knows he has something better for you. And you see, God here says, for I know the plans to prosper you and not harm you. You know, the things of this world, is nothing compared to what God has for you. When you literally, like a few months ago, I was doing things because for the heck of it. And I'm just going to share what's happened to me, how God changed me. This is me and God. No one else told me anything but me and God. I was going out partying, and I was doing whatever you want. I even drank, put it like that. And I'm one that doesn't even drink. I don't even like liquor. And I started drinking. You know why? Because I was like, I don't care. I'm doing whatever I want to do. Whatever. Forget this. You know, but deep down inside, I didn't feel right. I felt like, this is not me. This is not me. This is not me. I used to go, I used to dance, I used to be like, this is not me. Why am I here? This is not me. Literally, that's how I felt. You know, and when I read this verse, God says, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. I was like, you know what that showed me? That God is a loving God. You know, a lot of times we think, God doesn't love me because I went through this and this and that. But you know what? You know what's real? There's an enemy, the devil. And a lot of times people don't hear that, but it's reality. Just as God is real, the devil's real. And you know what? We here in this church, we speak the truth because the truth is what sets you free. And you know what? The enemy, he doesn't want you to be happy. He's going to try everything in his power to get you away from God's plans, to get you away from receiving God's joy. And you know, we are here to show you guys that God has something better for you. Something better for you. You can't even picture. There's things that God does for me that I still be like, wow. God surprises me. Every day is a new adventure with God. There's a song that says, es una aventura. Es una aventura estar con Dios. It is an adventure because God takes you through places that you can't even imagine. Like the joy I feel in my heart, nobody can tell me nothing because I feel it in my heart. You know? What you feel in your heart, nobody could tell you nothing because that's what you feel. Okay, if you're feeling pain in your heart, nobody could tell you nothing because that's what you feel, right? So if you feel God's joy, that's why I'm so excited when I see the guys shouting, talking to guys about God because I'm like, that's real. That's real. What God can do is amazing. And a lot of times, did you know that we were created to excel? Do you know what that means? Did you know that God created us can I get another word for excel? To succeed. God created us to succeed. Who knew that? Everyone knew that? Did everyone know that? Am I talking to the wall? Did everyone knew that? Did you know that you were created to succeed, to prosper? Did you know that? A lot of times when we're young, we hear a lot of different things. Like, you know what's funny? Like, when we're younger, we hear a lot of things. Tú sí eres estúpida, muchacha. Tú sí eres fea. You hear different things. No, that's the truth. Like today, my uncle was like, tú sí eres bruta. I was like, damn, son, that hurt. No, but the truth is, you hear that. And you know, to some people, it stays with them. And you carry that. As you get older, you hear that. For example, a mí me dicen, tú sí eres alta. Yeah, I'm tall, so what? You know, like, it's what you think of yourself. You know, people tell me, when I was younger, people used to be like, you're a giraffe. I used to be like, and they used to hurt me. It's the truth. People used to call me names. And you know what? I don't care. Now I don't care because I found God. But when you don't have God in your life, it's hard for you to, it's more difficult for you to actually, feel better about yourself because God has this thing of just making you complete. I don't know how to explain it. It's something that you feel. But like, let me tell you how a lot of times words harm ourselves. Words harm. Yo creo que someone hitting you is words are more hurtful than someone hitting you because words stay with you. You carry that. If somebody punching you, that's eso te va, But as words, they stay with you. When you're doing something, oh, damn, I'm so dumb. You say it. Damn, yo soy so estúpida. Like, even you